Hi folks, Chris Voss here for the Chris Voss Show.com, the Chris Voss Show.com. Hey, we're coming to you blog post. I want to share with you. Of course, if you the latest social media and technology, give us a subscribe and a like to our channel so that you can take and get all the latest updates. We have all the major phone companies and major gadget companies that send us toys. You want to take a review on the Chris Voss Show.com. So we have two phones here today that we're going to be taking and pitting against one another. The AT&T Apple iPhone 5S Gold version, how about them apples, versus the AT&T iPhone 5. So we're going to put these two together, see how they turn out. Thanks to our good friends at AT&T.com with the fastest download upload speeds for sharing the phones with us. Let's check them out and see who wins. Okay, so here you can see the Geekbench 3 scores. And the Geekbench 3 scores, these are very interesting. What these are is they have been updated on their benchmarking app. We know of that it's actually updated for the new 64-bit processor that's in the 5S. So you can see here on the left, the 5S got a single core score of 1415 comparatively to the 718 that the normal 5S got. And on the iPhone 5S, it got a massive multi-score of 2565 versus 1274. So very interesting as to how those details came out here. Let's page down. We'll look through these. Now, the great thing is you can download these apps at home, and you can follow along and everything else. Now, I don't worry too much about the individual numbers, but I'll post page down through here so that you can follow along at home and see how the numbers work out. Some people like to see these individual numbers. I don't really worry about them. You can pause the video at any time if that's your thing, which many people who follow our channel, that is their thing. They like to see these numbers and how they do. And then, of course, the great thing is you can follow along at home and see how your phone compares to these phones and maybe decide which one you want to upgrade to. So that gives it some fun. There you are. Okay, so here we have the 3D Mark. This is the Ice Storm Ultimate Test, and this is the results that we've got on both of them. For the 5S, we came in with an Ice Storm score of 13,291 versus 5,685. You can see here there's a huge amount of difference in these devices and their speed and performance, etc., etc. Now you can see as we go down through the graphics scores, quite a huge difference, 17,657 in the graphics scores compared to 5,239. Really some interesting results there to take and look at the performance of both these devices and how they operated. So, very interesting. Okay, so here we have the results of the PassMark Performance Test mobile app. Now, you can find this on the App Store. You can see here we've got on the left the iPhone 5S. It's coming in with a system score of 5454 versus 3655 on the Apple iPhone 5. So definitely an advancement in speed for the system. Let's page down. Let's take a look at the CPU rating. You can see here that there's a huge, incredible jump in the CPU rating. 36,380 versus 25,591 on the iPhone 5. You can see some of the integer math and all that. You're welcome to pause the video at any time if you want to see those details. I usually don't worry about them. For the disk, 23,621 versus 16,971. Memory, 5,339 versus 35,69. 2D, 24,92 versus 12,10. And 3D, 1938 versus 1803. So you can see here there's some incredible improvements on the 5S over the 5. Okay, so here you can see we've run the 3D rating Antutu benchmark app score test, and the score on the iPhone 5S came in at 13,838 versus 11,589. Once again, of course, score is much better on the 5S. And you can see some of the details there if you want to look at average frame rates per second. Is 57.7 versus 46.5. Best frame rate was 60 frames on both the devices. That was probably the peak there. So, fun is fun. Okay, so here we have the GFXBench 2.7 results. The off-screen for the iPhone 5S came at 1371 frames at 24 frames per second. And the iPhone 5 came at 383 frames at 6.8 frames per second. The on-screen test came at 2,031 frames at 36 frames per second on the 5S. And on the 5, 744 frames at 13 frames per second. There you have it. Okay, so there you have it, our video comparison between the iPhone 5S, the gold version actually, and the iPhone 5. Go to our good friends at AT&T.com with the fastest download upload speeds, and thank them for sharing these phones with us so that we can bring them to you, the viewer. And be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube so you can get all the latest and greatest of these phone reviews we're doing. We're comparing all the 5S, 5Cs and 5Ss between all the different phones that are out there, about 20 to 25 different phones. So be sure to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And thanks for coming by the ChrisVossShow.com.